people, and we are back with another episode of the review 5 key lessons on the Oniaya. And on today's episode, as you know, we're bringing you Grimsby Town versus Manchester United. Yes, Manchester United drew 2-2 in full time, but then in penalties, they lost 12-11 to Grimsby Town. Manchester United took a trip down to the stadium by the sea, and the conditions wasn't really the best for football. The pitch it wasn't bad, but also when the thunderstorm and the lightning started to come in, I think it really suited Grimsby Town a lot more than it suited Manchester United. Though that's not to say United players don't usually train in the rain. So either way, there's no excuse for their poor performance and lack of intensity, which is what brings me to my first point, number 1. I've said it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. Manchester United is not a good team when they don't play with intensity. This team has too many players that need to play in the transition that are better playing with pace and in transition for us to be playing this slow type of football. You know, there was a statistic that came out about Amad Diallo that said he had completed 46 out of 49 passes with like a 93 to a 94% passing accuracy. As a winger, bro, I needed to lose the ball a bit more. And when he did lose the ball, he was running into Ugarte. He was trying to dribble and falling down on the ball on the wing in couple times, in couple plays. So it was not a good performance by Amad Diallo. But I'm just saying that the creativity, the intensity, all of that was lacking from minute 1. You know, Grimsby Town was pushing Manchester United back for the first 15 to 20 minutes. Manchester United created one chance where they got a corner from Matthias Cunha. And then after that, we could not get out of our half. Imagine Grimsby Town pressing Manchester United in their half. That is what Manchester United should be doing to Grimsby. How are you going on a pitch against a League 2 team with no intensity? You can't face no one with the mindset thinking that you have already won the game because you think because you're better than a player technically mean that you're going to be better than him on the field. Everybody wants to beat Manchester United. And I don't think these players really realize this yet. You know how these guys just consistently they play against Manchester United and have some of the best performances of their life. Then they go to Manchester United and all of them just fucking sink their head. It's amazing to see the ignorance that happens with this team. But this is also what brings me to my second point. Ignorance, but also André Onana. Now, André Onana has to do better. André Onana is under pressure, yes. Pressure from the media more than it is his teammates. But that is causing Manchester United to now feel that pressure that Onana and the other goalkeepers are feeling. There have been a lot of games in the Premier League that a lot of corners have scored. Even Alisson was struggling with Newcastle the other day in that game that they played. So it's not a thing that goalkeepers are actually struggling with corners because there are a lot of corners being scored in the Premier League this season. As we can see in the first 2 weeks of the league already, there have been a lot of set pieces scored by a lot of different teams. So we cannot just sit here and just stand now and just say, oh, it's André Onana's fault. But he has to do better in certain circumstances. Also, when I hear people talk about saying André Onana got his hand on 4 of the penalties and stopped 1. So out of 11 to 12 penalties, actually 13 penalties, right? He was able to stop 1, but get his hand on 4. That's not a bad thing. You know, he got his hand. You know, also penalty saving is not only also about stopping the penalty. Because when they get their hand to the penalty, when the other player goes up now, it's a psychological game. If you see a goalkeeper get his hand to 2-3 penalties that you kick, You probably just kick the ball to the goalkeeper. Because psychologically now, he's winning that game. So I think Onana did win the game psychologically because he got his hand onto two before Cunha went to miss. So at the end of the day, he did do his job. We can't blame him for not saving another one. He saved at least one. Now, when we have to save and we talk about him saving one, this brings me to my other point, which is number 3. Saving one, but saving one named Kobbie Mainoo. Now, Manchester United has to keep Kobbie Mainoo, first of all. But secondly, Manchester United and Kobbie Mainoo have to realize that there is a process in which he has to go through to become an elite footballer. Kobbie Mainoo in the game, you could see that he was feeling the pressure. He wasn't bad, but I wouldn't say he was great. He wouldn't have a great performance. He was decent. He kept the ball ticking. I saw him doing things that, he's trying to improve on with driving with the ball, having more of a range of pass with both feet, spraying the ball around, playing longer passes, now trying 50, 60-yard passes on the ground, splitting the lines, which was a good thing to see him trying as well, and just getting around the pitch. He was everywhere. He was on the right wing, he was on the left wing, he was in the middle of the pitch, and that is a good thing to see for me as a central midfielder for Kobbie Mainoo, because he's never been that sort of player, which means that he's improving. Now he has a lot more to do to improve, I think. And it showed on the field why Manchester United doesn't want to give him a big contract that he's being rumoured he wants based on what's going around. So we have to be aware that Kobbie Mainoo is a high-level talent, but he did struggle a bit in the game. There were periods in the game where you could see he went a bit lost, and then he came and got back into the game. So all these are parts of his development that he can work on, and he can also build with playing with a Bruno Fernandes. Now, even when that happened, that wasn't a bad thing. I watched Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno have a few times where they linked up, where they played into each other's feet, where they tried to create chances and split the lines. But of course, in the transition, you saw they struggled a bit when Grimsby was able to break on us a few times. But other than that, they were tidy. It was good in terms of, for what I saw between them, it wasn't a bad look for Bruno and Kobbie. Now, do I think that is good enough to start for against Burnley? You'll have to see that in my preview. But what I do think is it has potential to be a good partnership in certain games. Now, this brings me to my 4th point. United need to hit the front post more often. There were many times in the game where Sesko ran to the front post and he never received the ball. And a lot of times you see Rasmus Højlund used to lose it and kick the post, and I get why. There was moments in the game when Amad Diallo, he had a shot that he took. He could have just laid it in for Sesko. Then Sesko did the same thing to him to show him, pass me the ball. Because you can... footballers are those kind of people. You don't pass to me, I ain't passing to you. So the next time if you pass to me, I'll pass to you. Footballers have that mentality. So Amad Diallo failed to hit the front post a few times. Matthias Cunha as well failed to hit the front post a few times. Kobbie Mainoo had a chance that he passed right across the pass at the back of all the players for Man U in like the 80-something minute, when he should have just driven the ball across the face of the goal. So these are just the small things that they have to work on in order to improve, because these fine margins are what creates the space for you to score goals. These fine margins are the areas in which you need to hit the ball for you to score goals. So it's not me just saying, oh, hit the front post, nobody's there. No. If the striker's making the run to the front post, you need to deliver the ball quickly, because that's where we need him to be all the time, attacking the front post. Now, if he's going to be attacking the front post, he needs to also have good deliveries coming in from both sides. Which is what brings me to my fifth point, which is the wing backs for United need to put better deliveries in the box, one. And two, the wing backs need to link up with the number 10s a lot more. How many times have we seen Dalot link with Ahmad, or Ahmad link with Mbeumo, or Dogu link with Cunha? Dogu hasn't linked 15 times with Cunha in the last 3 games I've watched. And he's the left wing back, and that is the left attacking mid. So, how is he not linking up with Matthias Cunha? And as we know, Matthias Cunha needs that help. Creative players need that support in order for them to get that space. That's why he was so good at Wolves, because you have a Ait Nori who is going up and down the pitch 24/7, creating space and opportunities for Cunha. You know, that little overlap just creates a little space for him to jut inside and score. You know, these things, or even sometimes Dogu's running with the ball, Cunha's in the space for him to just whip the ball into him so he can just turn and score. Because Cunha already positioned his body in a way where he can just turn and whip the ball. And it's these small things I just see in the game, and I'm like, come on, you know, you can do better. Diego Dalot, the same thing. His passing is horrible, that boy. For a professional, horrible. Inaccurate passing, horrible defending, and he's just not linking up with any of the wing back, any of the number 10s. He plays with Mbeumo, he doesn't pass to Mbeumo. He plays with Ahmad, he doesn't pass with Ahmad. But you know who he plays to? The right centre back. So he has to do more penetrating. They need to do more penetrating and also putting deliveries in the box. It's poor. It's poor. And Manchester United yesterday, it highlighted a lot of the problems United have, but the biggest one is mentality. United don't have a technical issue. United don't have an attacking issue. United have a psychological issue. And unless United don't learn how to fix that psychological issue, they are going to be sitting exactly where the club is right now in all that turmoil. Yes, people, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so I can continuously keep bringing you great content going forward. It's been your boy Yaya. Take care. Ciao, man.